bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Yeah. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Most feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it, but shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now, don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, get before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall in the shack now. Still push a button to let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All my hot girls yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front the back gate yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. To get with other southern rapper hooded than this. I got rich and I'm still in a hooligan clique. You be rapping by, I'm moving the bricks. You talk about, now we're doing it, pricks. You in the face, you gon' be suing me quick. If I catch another case, I know it truly be missed. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I caught the chromed out, hard top career with a shine. I got some time, they ain't I get better with time. Who got a flow and a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All my hot girls yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front the back gate yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. You wanna beef with the king? What is you gon' do when you show up on the scene with a 2 Drew on you and your friend and play a little 2-on-2? If you do half of what I do, you'll be hitting the deck. I gotta get some respect. I'ma make it hard for another sucker to flex. Show 'em this ain't the squad for a sucker to test. Pimp, but too large and we way too fresh. Work well with. And quick to check a lane like a game of chess. You wanna be better, bring your best. Cause we'll be standing in your front yard yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All my hot girls yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front the back gate yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front yard yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All my hot girls yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
All the dope boys yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Front the back gate yelling,
bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Just a few blocks down the street from the state capitol in Indiana, it's Lucas Oil Stadium, downtown Indianapolis, the home of the Colts. The punter, Jack Fox, handling the kickoffs. Off we go from downtown Indianapolis. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. The break the huddle coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing to begin is Richardson. To the left side, that's caught by Mitchell.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. It's Hutch, Aiden Hutchinson, former number 2 overall pick, in there to bring him down. This opening drive not going as scripted. It is 3rd and long. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts. the sharpest of starts on offense here, an early 3rd and long. From the gun, Richardson. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Oh, no fair catch, and he pays the price. Big shot to make sure this return didn't even get started. First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Goff in the pistol. Open man, it's Jamison Williams. And he's going to have a 1st down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Once again, it's Gibbs. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. That's Laiatu Latu, the rookie out of UCLA, in there on the stop. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, it's Goff. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Play clock has expired. We're not going to get this one off on time. So, on 4th down, the Lions send out Jack Fox to punt. Back deep, the dangerous Jamal Agnew. And this will not turn out to be a good return. Forced backwards, and they get him out of bounds. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Richardson to throw. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
A second down throw for Richardson. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going, and for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their second sack, and we're still here in the first quarter.
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to third down and 10. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And this ball incomplete on third down.
I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single first down through the first 2 drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait to their third series to see if they can make it happen.
Oh, the coverage was great. They gave him no room to operate and made him pay for catching the ball. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. They'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Try again. It's second and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. A gain there of 16 yards. Good for a Lions first down.
Nice grab there by Sam Laporta, and he's looking to follow up here in year 2, Mike, on what's been one of the best rookie campaigns we've seen from a tight end in a long time. Second team All-Pro, led all tight ends with 10 touchdowns. You just don't see young tight ends make the transition as quickly as he did last year in Detroit.
17 yards as they hook up again and pick up the first.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Goff gives it to Gibbs.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Goff to throw. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
On first and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll get about 5. break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now Goff. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. The rookie, Latu, the UCLA man, in there to bring him down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now, Goff. Inside the 10, it is caught. About 19 yards on that one. They're in business. It's 1st and goal.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying, Mike, that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate, not only on 3rd down, but what they call 3rd and pass, meaning it's such a long down and distance, they have no choice but to air the ball out. And when you can convert 3rd downs at that distance, chances are you got a pretty big-time quarterback.
Mark down at the 6. Now here's 2nd and goal. Throwing, Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
3rd and goal. Here's Goff. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Bates' kick is good. And the Lions will take a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense, settling for too many field goals.
First and 10. On the ground for the first time. Here comes Jonathan Taylor. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2 minutes remain in a 3-0 first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this. 2nd and 7. Downs goes in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. He'll take a deep shot for Downs. That's down the field and intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 38-yard line.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Throwing here is Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time the team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
On the handoff, this is Gibbs. Trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. To throw is Goff. That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Quick throw, taken in. He is in. Touchdown, Detroit. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown.
That's just too easy. At this level, Mike, you give an NFL quarterback that much time to find a receiver that open, it's just going to be pitch and catch and result in an easy 6. So they got to tighten up their coverage. They got to do a better job accounting for all these receivers, because if they have guys running that free the rest of this game, they're going to light up the scoreboard.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Richardson. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass ball is incomplete.
Let's make no mistake about it, Mike. I mean, this passing game, it just has not been very efficient here in the first half. I mean, they've produced more yards on the ground than through the air, and incompletions like that certainly aren't going to help.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Richardson. And that is incomplete.
Not exactly the type of drive to write home about, Mike. 3 passes, 3 incompletions, no yards gained. And I really can't blame any of these fans who have continued to voice their frustration, especially after that last series of play calls.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. Room to run at the 35. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield.
First down, Lions.
On 1st down, it's Goff. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. Call it a gain of 13. 1st down, Detroit.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And that one doinks off the upright and in. Fortunate break, but the kick is good. And the Lions will open up a 13-0 lead. All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Throwing on 2nd down, Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Goff to throw. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. And he will score. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Lions. Touchdown number 9 for the year. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Now Goff leads the Lions for a 2-point drop.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Here's a handoff to Gibbs. And he will get into the end zone and bump the lead up by 2 more.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the gun, Richardson. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction. Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
From the gun on third down, Richardson. He'll take a deep shot for downs. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. This drive starts at the 21. It's first and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the playoff on third and short. So after the 5 yards walked off, it is third down and 8. To throw is Goff. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. And out of bounds he goes, just shy of midfield. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down. On the ground, this is Gibbs. Finding space inside the 40. Oh, what a run. 1, down inside the 30-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. He's going to tuck it and go.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
Here's a 2nd and 6. A run here with Gibbs. And he'll bring this inside the 15. That's good enough for the first down.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. And the Lions first down.
They're going to run out of the gun with Gibbs. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Goff. He'll get this complete to his man out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Third down, 3 to go. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That is caught to the goal line and in. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Richardson. Now a deep ball for Mitchell. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That pass play good for 22. 1st down, Indianapolis. Out of shotgun, Richardson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now Richardson. Open man. That's Alec Pierce. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Nice play here by Adonai Mitchell. And, Mike, it's so important to understand in today's NFL, and teams continue to get better and better at it, the notion that if you want to score points in the passing game, it has to be a direct correlation to your ability to generate explosive plays downfield. And with Mitchell, it's a big reason why the Colts targeted him in this past year's draft. He is explosive. He can get downfield. He adjusts and tracks the ball very well. And then ultimately, you're not always going to be open. So if that's tight coverage, can you go up and compete for the ball? He checks all those boxes, and he's going to be a big weapon in this Indianapolis Colts offense.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion. Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times it looks like they've never practiced at all.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Lions are going to have it just past their 25.
Just think back to a few plays ago, Mike. This offense is finding themselves entering the red zone. It looked like we're about to see a touchdown, but that's how fast things can change in this game. The defense finds themselves with their back against the wall, coming up with a huge 4th down stop. Not only do they keep points off the board, but it's nicer to do it when you come off with the ball in your hand.
They hand it to Gibbs. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Now Gibbs. Gibbs with a 1st down and more. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
What a good run there. That's going to put him over 100 for today's game, Mike. And it just seems as the game goes on, this guy just seems to get better and better.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Here's Gibbs. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. Only need a yard, and it's 4th down. They'll try it now with Gibbs. And he's going to have the Lions first down. Good work there on 4th and 1. They get 7 to move the chains.
Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Once again, it's Gibbs. Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll run with Gibbs. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Here's Gibbs. And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he was shoved backwards a little bit. The Colts will signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And the clock will stop with 45 seconds left in the game. Backed up to the 3. It's 2nd and goal. Goff in the pistol. On the move left. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
Hold on. Hey, 76. Whoa. 5. Tiger. What?
From the gun on 3rd down, it's gone. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Bates, good. with the extra point. And the Lions stretch out this lead even more. It is now 35-0.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Let's go.
Richardson going to look to throw. Now a deep ball for Mitchell. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Picked up by Terrion Arnold.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense. You're defending your own goal line. You got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
So a